Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Chels.
Woo! Happy Tuesday.
Woohoo. What's up, you guys in the chat? It's good to see you guys here again for our second episode of whatever the show is called. What is it called, Chelsea?
I don't know.
Two girls, two mics, three cups of chicken wings. I don't freaking know either. Wow. Brian Baker says, see you next Tuesday. Brian Baker, I know what that means. And that is not very nice. You know what that means, Chelsea?
I do.
That's not very nice. What's up, Butcher Van? Hi, Ginny. I think that's your friend, Chelsea. What's up, Stinking Corpse, Indie Gamer?
It is. Ginny, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. So we have an mod me, bitches. Don't say that word. Add moderator. There you go. Brian Baker, you're moderator now. Congratulations. See you next Tuesday. Oh, wait, today's Tuesday. I get it. All right, I'm a little bit slow. So, Chelsea, how's your day been? How's your week been? It's been a whole week. It feels like it was just a couple days ago we just streamed.
My week's been so fantastic.
It's been so fantastic?
Oh, fantastic? Yeah. Not really. It's been a long week. I'm glad it's almost, well, it's not almost over. I'm glad another week has started.
Yeah. Well, Chelsea was a little bit grumpy today. Chelsea was hangry, and then she was just having a rough day. The sun's not shining, and we're just negative Nancy's when the sun's not shining. You know?
Definitely. I do not like the dark. Why? And it's so dark so early, too. It just makes it so much worse.
Seriously. It makes you depressed and upset and angry. I don't know. That's how I felt today. Like, I was miserable. You guys want to hear a funny story? This is actually quite embarrassing. This morning I woke up. I was not with it at all. I had maybe 3/4 a cup of coffee, and then I had to run out to work, but I didn't sleep much last night because I can't sleep. So I threw on my clothes, and I get to work, and I get out of my car, and I'm like, why are my pants weird? Turns out I accidentally wore a pair of Xbox jeans that he doesn't wear anymore.
What?
I did, and they looked really funny, and they felt really funny. I was so embarrassed, and the thing is, like, it took me a while to figure out what the hell was wrong with my pants. I'm like, why are these pockets so deep? Like, I could stick my whole arm in these pockets.
What?
And, like, the pants, the crotch of them is, like, sagging halfway down my legs. And I'm like, something's wrong. Did I lose weight? I lost weight. I got so excited. Turns out I'm an asshole, and I wore Xbox pants to work. And then I was going to go buy new pants, and I was like, I'm just too tired, miserable, and lazy. It's dark out. I don't want to. So anyways, I just, I went to work. I took care of business. I cleaned the bathroom while I was wearing Xbox pants. I used some bleach in there. And then one of my employees comes in at 5 p.m. and she looks at me, no lie, 2 seconds. She goes, ew, Mel, your pants are ugly. And I'm like, whoa, what is wrong with this? So yeah, I was like, that was kind of rude, and that hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
That didn't really hurt my feelings, but she put me on the spot. And then I was like, well, she actually said, would you wear hubby's pants or something to work? Because hubby has really ugly pants. And I was like, oh, snap. They're actually really nice jeans that he doesn't wear because he didn't fit them. So I don't know. I accidentally wore them to work, and that's the first time and the last time. I will pay more attention now. I felt like such an idiot.
Known as soon as you realized the pockets were long enough to fit your arm in, you should have been like, these are not
Chelsea, I was already at work when I stuck my hand in the pocket.
But it should have just clicked in your head. Like, these are not girl pants. Girl pants do not have pockets. We have fake pockets. Like,
Butcher Van said hashtag ugly pants. Yeah, I know. We do have fake pockets. They're just there for looks. And I was really frustrated, and then he accused me of wanting to go buy new clothes because yesterday I was looking at a pair of boots and I'm like, oh my God, these are beautiful. I took a picture. I sent them to him. And I was like, I really want these boots. And then I didn't end up getting the boots, but what's up, Lady Foxfire? I didn't end up buying the boots because they were $40, and I just didn't have the heart to go and spend that money yesterday. I would have bought like Fallout 76 before boots anyway. But yeah, it was a very entertaining moment in my day. So I don't know. I was just, it really threw me off, Chels. It really threw me off.
So badly.
What happened?
I want boots so badly.
Oh, I'll send you the picture of the boots so you can see them. They're nice. It'll give me like a little extra height because I'm only 5'4" and I know you're shorter than me. So it'll make you feel a little more prominent, you know? And I think
Um,
that's,
you're 5'4".
yeah, well, 5'4.5".
All right. Well, thanks for just confirming that I've been lying to myself because I've definitely been saying I'm 5'4". Now I'm like, what, 5'2"?
You're like, yeah, you're 5'2". You're definitely shorter than me.
Ouch. I don't want to be that short. Oh, well.
It's okay. Midget Chelsey. It's all right. All right. I just sent you a picture of the boots so I don't forget. You're going to love them. What's up, everybody? All right. So, Chelsey, let's dive into our topics here. Since we're just sitting here bullshitting about Xbox pants. You know, the thing is, like, he won't be in the chat until someone says the word crack. So I can guarantee you he's going to pop up now. All right. So, Chels, let us know one thing about you that not many people know, or most, nobody knows. Secrets.
Well, going along with one of our topics tonight, an interesting fact about myself is I have had experiences with ghosts.
You have had experiences with ghosts?
I have, indeed. Things move.
Oh, yeah. Did that happen while you're painting your room today?
Okay, obviously. It was magic. I had a wand and everything. No.
Okay, ghosts don't have wands. Chelsea's a witch. It's confirmed. So, all right. Since that's one of our topics today, I'm really interested to hear more about your experiences. But let me let you guys know one thing about me. One thing about me is I can't stop coughing, but that's obviously everybody knows that. All right. So one thing about me is I see dead people. Okay. No, really. It's honestly, I forgot again. Oh, I'm a daydreamer. Like I literally, and at Chelsey, I don't know if you do this. I will sit there and think about things. Brian Baker says painting your room is code for you know. And then he said he's out, you're a witch. Yeah. So I'm a daydreamer. Like, I don't know if everybody does this. I always felt like I was a weirdo because I would just sit there and think about like an entire life or like entire scenes of things going on. Like, is that normal? Like, do you ever like vision stuff, but like long and drawn out and just kind of like, when you're driving and you zone out and you think about like a car crash?
I do that way too often. It's horrible. I hope my mom's not listening or my sister. I do not zone out while driving. Let me take that back.
Well, no, it's fine. Like, no, like when you're driving, I think that's normal to zone out and just kind of think about things, right? But then like,
yeah,
I daydream about everything. It might be like my life after I win the lottery or something. Like it's very detailed though. Like I feel like, like you could think about like daydream about wanting to go to like an island or something, right? But like everything is so detailed in my mind. And like, I don't know how much time passes, but I've definitely had times where I'll be driving and I just kind of zone out and I'm thinking about like crazy stuff or like a car accident or something. And I'm like, why the hell am I thinking about that? Like it freaks me out. Like I'm way too creative in my head. It's actually scary, but then I wonder like, is this something that
way too many tacos?
I don't eat that many tacos. I like chalupas, okay? So Xbot's here. It's because we said the magic word crackbot. I didn't say crackbot. Brian Baker did. We said crack, and here he is. All right. So yeah, I'm a daydreamer, you guys. I daydream about anything and everything, and it's just horrible. I don't know. Let us know. Do you guys do that? Do you daydream? All right, Chelsey. So Chelsey sees dead people. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't see dead people.
I see dead people. No, that's actually a serious thing. But Chelsey has had encounters with ghosts and spirits, and I want to hear from the chat. Yeah, JT Gamer, I'm aware that Stan Lee died. It's very sad, but he lived a long and happy life, and he got to fulfill some
95.
Yeah, and he got to fulfill some pretty amazing life journeys. So yeah, Chelsey, your encounters with ghosts and spirits. What have you encountered? And chat, tell us your stories.
Not for quite a long time, but things just move. Like I know anyone could be moving things, but it's just not. We've all confirmed that it's not each other, you know, kind of thing. Maybe people are walking, but I don't think so.
So, do you have like one specific scenario that you can recall that really scared the skittles out of you?
A shadow? Okay, maybe I do see dead people. There's a shadow that walks up and down my hallway.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's a little creepy. I try to ignore, like I've ignored it and I haven't seen it since I started ignoring it. But my mom and my sister are witches in the making. The reason I say that is because they're still, you know, they're not like exactly witches. They're just learning about it, not practicing any spells in the other room, I hope.
Yeah.
But they also said they see somebody and hear a lot of things too.
So that's dangerous if you don't know what you're doing as far as your mom and your sister. And having shadows. What happened?
I said, hopefully they know what they're doing.
Yeah. That's not something I mess with like anymore. I try not to. Seeing shadows, that it's cool that you can ignore them. Me, I cannot. I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime. I mean, I'm only 34 and I feel like I've seen too much. But I can't ignore it. I get really scared really quickly, and then Xbot's like, well, try to ignore it and it's not going to bother you. It does bother me. I actually get freaked out, like scared, and like I can't ignore it. Like, all right, specifically the other night, I was falling asleep and I go to the in between. I don't know how to explain it. I just go in between, and it's kind of like a paralyzed state. And in this paralyzed state, like I hear things, I see things, and I have so many stories that it'll take up like 5 shows. But the other night specifically, there was an instance where I heard something in the kitchen. I don't remember what it was. But then after I heard something in the kitchen, I started falling back to sleep. And then I heard a balloon in our room. Like it sounded like something took a balloon and it rubbed a balloon against another balloon. And I nearly had a heart attack and I just laid there and eventually I fell asleep. So that really scared me. I felt things touch me. Have you ever felt something touch you?
No.
No? Well, that's good. That's plus. There's lots of stuff going on in the chat here. We're going to read some of those comments in a moment. I definitely have been buried alive in my dream, but actually touched in real life, and that scared the skittles out of me. So there's a lot of things. Like I could write a book about it. We should do that. We're gonna write a book, Chelsey, about our experiences, because I know it'll be easier to think about them while we're not on a live show, and then we'll publish it on Amazon.
More like hearing and seeing. I hopefully will never be touched. I don't want to be touched by any ghost.
You're able to ignore them, you're better off, because it won't bother you as much. You know, like it's not like Xbot. I don't know how he explains it, but he says if you don't give them the energy, then it's going to kind of leave you alone.
I agree.
All right, so
try not to feed too much into it.
Huh?
It's not easy. I try not to feed too much into it. It's not easy. My mom and my sister definitely feed into it, so I feel like it happens a lot more.
Let me ask you a question. When you're angry, or let's say you and Alex are fighting, is it worse? Like, do you see more stuff or hear more things?
Usually like more so right before I have a panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start to hear like something in the hallway. It starts with knocking like on my door, and it freaks me out when my door like rattles. It's just really creepy. But
No,
and then all of a sudden,
I totally get it. So, in the chat, Xbot says, "I've had a demon follow me since I was 4 years old. So dot dot dot. There's always that. Xbot has told me lots of stories. He's actually an alien. So, I've blah blah have heard a lot of stories from him, and we have shared a lot of stories and experiences as well, just in the house that we live in alone, let alone anywhere else we've been." Um, Supersonic said Crispy Bomb had a demon an hour ago. What does that even mean? Did he give birth to a demon? Why are we talking crap about Crispy Bomb while he's not even here to defend himself? Xbot says we see shadows in this house all the time. I can't even tell you how many times we've seen shadows. Things just moving, things like I hear, I'm not even kidding, like when I said I go into this in between, it sounds like sometimes, like one time it sounded like a tractor trailer just hit the house, like bam, like so loud, and it scared me, and I jumped up and I was freaking out, and he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "A truck hit the house." I'm not even kidding. And then other times it sounds like people are like, wicker baskets. Like, picture this, like someone just ripping them apart, just ripping the wicker apart, and it's like such an icky feeling and sound. It's like skeeves me out. I don't know why, but there's like so many things. I mean, I've seen people in my in between, like a lady crying. She's crying. She was wearing a red shirt and a pair of blue jeans, much like the Xbot jeans I wore today. And she's holding a little boy, and he's dead in her arms, and she's like, "Not my Jonah, not my Jonah." She's crying and crying, and like I know this wasn't a dream. Like it was, just I wasn't asleep. It was way too real, and I always think about that. And that was years ago, and that's something that I haven't stopped thinking about, because it was like she was there in front of me, like a real everyday person, as real as I am to you.
that's really scary. I would have shit myself.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some serious heart attacks over this stuff, but like what can I do? Like I freak out all the time. There's not probably a day that goes by that, well, yeah, there's a couple days in between. But he sees me freak out all the time, especially when I'm trying to go to sleep. Butcher Van says, I feel like doors close randomly in my house. I can totally understand that. Doors randomly, like you'd be like, wasn't this door just open? And that also, doors being closed, like I'll be like, why is this door closed? This door was just open. Like that happens all the time. And then Xbot's always accusing me of leaving the bathroom light on, even though like 94% of the time it's totally me. There's that other like 6% of the time that's not me. I'm just reading the comments, you guys. Stinking Corpse said Invader Gaming, sup girl. Let's see. But fan, the doors magically close when I yell shut the front door. I don't believe you now. Xbot says anything evil feeds off of negative emotions. That's why I say ignore it so it doesn't get worse. Yes, I understand that, but it's so hard to ignore. And I'm just scrolling down. Xbot says the shadows in here are mostly just people that have passed, though. So our house here, shut up about the Xbot jeans, bot. It's horrible. So the house that we live in was a mansion at one point in time. I think I told you this a long time ago, Chelsey. It was a mansion built in the 1700s, and now it doesn't look like a mansion, except for this gorgeous fireplace that, obviously the marks that I never posted a picture on Twitter. I forgot the stars match my wrist. So that is definitely something that kind of freaked me out, because all the activity that we do experience here, And then the stars match the fireplace that, I've already had prior to moving in here. So that kind of was like a freaky deaky little moment in my life. But the house was a mansion, and then they broke it into 3 parts. So now it's just houses. And, they're multifamily houses now. But it was a gorgeous house at one point in time. No, there is no richness going on here. Oh, Butcher Van, thank you for the super chat. He's trying to make the kitty dance.
Ants. Where is it?
It's coming. It's coming. The kitty is coming in a moment. Wow, Brian Baker. Kitty dance. Thank you, Butcher Van. So yeah, Brian Baker says, does the carpet match the drapes? He's talking about the carpet matching the drapes in the mansion. All right, so yeah, I don't know, Chels, any other crazy stuff happen? You ever play a Ouija board?
When I was younger. And I think everybody has when they were younger, though. So.
All right. So I went to the store the other day, and they had one. I think it was like a Stranger Things version. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I was at GameStop.
No way, I want it.
Right. So I saw it and I want it, and then Xbox like, no. Do you know what will happen? And I was like,
leave it in the box. Will anything really happen?
All right, so I don't know, supposedly, but I got rid of mine and it never came back. All right, so Brian Baker says, don't get sued. You have to call it a talking board or a spirit board, but it clearly says Ouija board on the box. So I don't know. I don't know. So you've played with it. Do you believe in it? Do you think it's real?
I don't know. Like, personally, I'm pretty sure, like, I remember faking it myself, like, so I don't think I've ever really, I feel like everyone kind of lied about it, you know? Don't think I've really had a real experience with it. But my mom, on the other hand, actually told me a story about her and her Ouija board. She, like, tried to get rid of it 4 times and it kept coming back.
See, that's what I've heard, but I don't know if it's real. Like, it blows my mind because I've never experienced one coming back to me. I had a couple of them. So, as far as these talking boards go, did anybody else in the chat happen to have an experience with a talking / Ouija board? I'm just curious. Dirty J said, I seen people on YouTube freak out playing it and being quote unquote possessed, but who knows, it can be staged. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. YouTube, a lot of people do some crazy stuff and it is staged, but there are the people who, don't stage it and it's legitimate, and it's hard to find the actual happy medium. So, I don't know. Chelsey, we're going to write a book. We're going to use a Ouija board, and then we're going to write a book.
All right. Well, we're not going to record it only because I feel like that kind of makes it so, it looks scripted. We'll just talk about it if anything ever happens.
But then how will people know Pixar didn't happen? Right? Am I right?
I guess so.
Okay. So
I guess that's a really good point, but
we're going to move on to our next topic in a moment. But speaking of Pixar, it didn't happen. We have a question from Agent Bot 448. Agent Bot asked on Twitter, what impact do you ladies think social media is having on society? Mostly positive or mostly negative? So, Chelsey.
Mostly negatives.
Why?
Everyone's just in it for likes and comments and just trying to be that bitch, and it's not for them.
What do you mean by trying to be that bitch?
Like, they always need to be the best person on the internet, the person with the most likes, the person who's the prettiest, who's living the best life, who's got the most money, who's got the best house. Just, you have to be the best. That bitch, like that dude that everybody wants to be, or that girl that everybody wants to be.
Yeah. So I mean, I understand, like, this is what life is now, and it kind of hurts because I mean I'm an '80s baby and I grew up without all this nonsense, and now it's everything. But I'm one of those people who has my phone in my hand all the time, and I guess it's really hard to explain, right? Because we post on social media because we want to talk about stuff, right? Or we have things on our mind. But at the same time, it gets aggravating. And it's like, yeah, I want to support other people, but I don't agree with them. Or like, all right, here's a big, huge pet peeve of mine. This wasn't even one of our topics. I really hate when females and males alike use filters on all their photos.
Ugh.
You know, because I know damn well you don't really look like that. You don't have
Your skin is not that perfect.
big
all the
googly
time.
eyes, bitch. There's no googly eyes. There's no reason that people need to look perfect. And with those filters that make them look quote unquote perfect, then you're never going to have a positive self-interest. Like, you're never going to think positive about yourself. You're never going to feel like whole if you have a picture of you that is not actually you. And it's kind of freaky. Like, Xbot, this is a really, really hard question to answer. Because I feel like on one end, like, I love social media, right? I think it's a great way to make friends. I've made a lot of friends on social media. Like, I have Facebook, and I keep that typically for friends and family just to kind of keep up with them. And then I read a lot of funny stuff, and then I download the pictures and I send them to Xbot when he's sitting right next to me. I do that all the time. Brian Baker, I'm not a hater. Do you filter your shit? Then why filter your shit photos? That's a really good question. Yeah, like that is a great question. But I don't use filters. I did. I tried them a couple times. Like, the only ones I really like are black and white, but I don't like the ones that make your face look perfect, because my face isn't perfect, and that's what makes me me. If everybody uses all these filters on their face, that makes you somebody else. That makes you somebody else's image of what they want you to basically look like. You know what I mean, Chels? Like, am I making sense? And then if you use that filter, I use that filter, my mom uses that filter, everybody else in the chat uses that filter, we're all the same. We're no longer who we were meant to be. You know, and that it aggravates me, but it doesn't, because, like, yeah, you know what, if you want to feel better about yourself, that's great, but there's things that you can do to make yourself feel better than covering you up, because then you're just taking away from yourself. So anyways, back to the original question. I think that social media has had a very negative impact. I don't think it was used the right way, but I feel like it is a tool for us to basically be controlled. Like, we're all turning into zombies. Like, Chelsea, one day I was driving in New Haven, and I was taking a left on a corner, and there was like 11 people standing on the corner, and every single one of them people had their cell phone in their hand. They were all staring at their phone. Nobody talking, nobody communicating, nothing.
No, we all communicate through our phones, even, like you said, sitting right next to each other. Like,
I'm guilty of it too. You know?
I mean, I do it too. So even like with my mom in the next room, I call her right through my phone. Hey, mom, can you blah, blah, blah? Or, hey, mom, when you go to drop Alex off at work, can you get me a coffee? Like, I do that. I'm guilty too.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to separate me and my phone right now. So I let it die. And once it dies, I don't turn it on until the end of the night when I'm about to set my alarm. So me and my phone are something.
How many times have I called you and your phone's off? I'm like, yeah. But can't you even have like a real voicemail thing? Like, hey, this is Chelsea. You know what to do. No. Leave a message.
So, I don't know if Jenny's still in the chat or not, but she actually freaking told me my phone, when you call it and it goes to voicemail, it goes, hi, Jenny. Chelsea's unavailable to pick up the phone right now. It literally tells you what your name is in my phone. So I had to go back and change people's names because some of them are not nice.
That's so cool. It's like, hi,
Like,
dickhead. No wonder why it said, I don't know what it said when I called you. I don't remember, honestly. But Brian Baker says, come on, who doesn't love a girl looking like a baby deer or some shit? You know, like I do like the photos that you can take with the filters, but the creative ones, and I do use those, and I take lots of pictures with the kids because they love them. But I don't want those to be always shared on the internet because that doesn't look like me. All right. I love my mom dearly, and I'm sorry if you're watching this show, Mother. I am sorry. You just posted a picture on Facebook, and I looked at that picture, and I was like, who is that? Okay? I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. That doesn't look like you. You look nothing like your filter. So take it off.
oh my god.
Butcher Van hit the super chat for $2 and said, Keta. That's what I read anyway. Keta.
I'm looking like money.
Wait. Did you really say that? Or like.
I can't hear you because the kid ate.
Make it rain on 'em.
All right, what happened?
Did you really comment that under her picture?
No, I just thought it to myself. I can't say that
Okay.
to her face. But I'm saying right now, if she's listening, because she does listen to my shows sometimes, you know, I don't want you to feel bad. It's just, it doesn't look like you. But yeah, I think I'm getting off topic here. Do I think that social media has a positive impact on society? I think it has a negative impact. Honestly, like, I guess this is something that we could actually talk about for days. There's just so many aspects to it. I mean, social media is great if you don't become addicted because I read something that said, like, when you get a notification, either like a text message or a message on like Facebook or Twitter or something, you get like a dopamine rush that gives you like kind of like the same feeling. I think it's dopamine, so correct me if I'm wrong. But you get the same kind of feeling as if you were to use a drug, you know? So it's pretty crazy.
I mean, I could do that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I would feel that phantom vibrating too. Like,
What
you know,
happened?
the phantom vibrating. Maybe that, like, our addiction
Yeah,
to social
that is.
media has to do with.
It's like, oh, someone texted me. My phone just vibrated. And then you look at your phone and there's nothing there.
Nothing's there.
And then,
Ooh.
you know, it's really like, oh, well, I guess I'm not that important, fuckers. And the chat. I'm done. All right. So, Chelsea, we're going to move on. What would you like to talk about, darling?
The cost of kindness. What does it cost to be kind to somebody?
$8.99 plus shipping and handling.
$98 is the total. The total.
Okay.
Total of what?
So, Supersonic Station said $2. So, by the way, it is World Kindness Day. So, if you guys didn't do something nice for somebody else, you still have time. It's 10:04 p.m. here. We have 2 hours, Chels. 2 hours.
I reorganized my room. That's nice enough.
For someone else, it's World Kindness Day.
Well, I'm inviting a homeless person over for Thanksgiving, so I'm pretty sure that's my niceness for a whole year.
Beautiful. I'm really happy about that. That's like a beautiful thing because I guess like most people wouldn't do that. Like you'd be a little, I'm sure a lot of people do, but I know not enough do. And I would, but like, I don't think they live here. And I think we talked about this on the phone.
I definitely wouldn't recommend doing that if you have children. Only just like, I'm sure not all homeless people are bad, but you know, you don't know this person you are inviting into your house. So if you do, just please be very, very careful. Hide your weapons, people. Hide your weapons.
Hide your weapon. Be careful. Hide your weapons, but leave your money out, okay? No. The reality is, I really would love to take the kids to go volunteer at like a soup kitchen or something. I've been planning to do this for years. I think you have to sign up in advance because I know one year I wanted to do it and they were like, "We don't need any more volunteers." And I'm like, "What do you mean? You don't need any more volunteers? I want to help." I want to have my
Yeah,
kids
they
help.
do turn you down, yeah.
So it's like a little disappointing there, right?
But I
But
mean, it's good that people are volunteering. You know, that's
yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. That is a very good point, Chelsea. But as far as you inviting someone over, I give you a lot of credit for that because I think I would be very nervous about that. Especially because, you know, we do have kids here, so I guess that would not be my first idea. But kudos to you guys, and let me know how it goes. I'm sure you'll let us all know how it goes.
It was my sister's idea, so don't let me take credit for that.
Well,
And
good
we are
idea,
gonna have
sister.
kids here, but there's going to be plenty of adults, so hopefully, I don't think anything's going to happen. He's a very, very sweet guy, so
That's nice. That's really nice of you guys to do that. All right, so the reason for the topic, the cost of kindness, is because I'm a really nice person, but not all the time. And it's like sometimes, you know, you're just in a bad mood and you'll just cut somebody off or something. Like I was just thinking about like so many things like that we could do to just change somebody else's day. Like I was driving and I was in a bad mood and like somebody tried to cut me off. So I was like, no, you're not. I'm going. And I'm like, why am I doing that? Why am I in a rush? Where am I in a rush to? And just like letting somebody get in front of you in the car or something, or just being kind to somebody. Like if you take that moment to say, hey, how was your day? It could change somebody's day entirely. Like they could be having a shit day. Hold on, the cat's gonna dance. Thank you, Brian Baker, for the super chat. I'll match Butcher every time he wants to make the kitty twerk. Strip cat kitty on the pole. Thank you guys. So I was at Dunkin' Donuts yesterday. Don't let Xbot hear that. I was at Dunkin' Donuts and was it Dunkin'? I think so. Anyways, the girl was obviously having a really bad day because she looked angry. And I'm like, are you okay? You know, and she was like, no, I'm having a really bad day. And I'm like, it'll get better. You know, and it was, you know, one of those things where I'm like, it doesn't take a lot, you know, to just see somebody. We see people in pain all the time, you know, like you can see it on their face. Am I right?
I agree fully.
Not everybody shows it. But there are some people where
all you have to do is look them right in the freaking eyeball.
Challenge accepted. Strip cat kitty is about to get live again. But yeah, if you look somebody in the eye, you can see that they're hurting. Like you can even feel it in their body language. So it's like, hold on, the cat's gonna start dancing again. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Oh gosh, come on, kitty, move. We gotta talk here. You're gonna make me lose my train of thought again.
Slack-a-lackin'.
I think they broke the kitty.
Kitty's dead.
There we go.
That kitty's got moves though.
Yeah, that's hot. Look at Mixer over there. Welcome, guys. Thanks for the follows. It's going crazy over there. It's going crazy over here. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, but guitar dude, he is jamming.
You like it? It goes hee hee. I freaking love it. So shit, what were we talking about, Chelsea? The cost of kindness. So yeah, it just takes one simple act of kindness to change somebody's entire day. Like you don't know what somebody's going through. I don't know what somebody's going through.
It's really the simplest of things too. You don't always have to buy them food.
Yeah.
Give them food.
It's just taking time to sit down. Supersonic Station, you stop that. It takes, you know, a couple minutes to sit down and talk to somebody. Like there's a lot of homeless people in New Haven, obviously. There's a lot of homeless people everywhere. And like there's people every day asking me for money and I'm just like, bro, my bank account is negative $86 right now. That's what I want to say to them. But I say, I'm sorry, I don't have anything. When I do, I try to give. So Strip Cat Kitty's about to dance again. Shake them tatas, kitty. Thank you, Brian Baker, for the $5 super chat. Hold up. Thank you so much.
So
I,
cute.
I can't help but sing with it. It's just addicting. So there's this homeless veteran, and he sits outside of my job all the time. And one day I brought him some cookies. And I gave him money. I had $7, and I gave him my $7. Here's my kindness for the day, Mel. Your jeans look fire. They're not my jeans. They're Xbox jeans, and you didn't see how bad they looked. It was like if I was wearing clown pants, but they were really baggy clown pants, but jean version of clown pants. So anyways, the hell. Oh, sorry. So anyways, this guy was sitting outside my job, and I went outside and I gave him $7 because that's all I had. And I just sat there on the ground and I just talked with him for like 20, 25 minutes. And, now I see him, I say hello to him. And the thing is, people have a problem with making eye contact. And, Xbox is actually the one who like mentioned this a long time ago. It's like, how the eyes are the windows of the soul. So if you look somebody in the eye, they're gonna feel like compelled, like if I ask somebody for something, or I don't even know how to put it into words. Let's say, God damn you guys, thank you for the super chat. So distracting. Cats and pandas, cats and pandas. The stripper cat kitty's about to dance again, and I'm not gonna be able to get my sentence out. All right, so if let's say I ask somebody to hand me a coffee stirrer, right, and I'm at Cumberland Farms, and they ignore me, but if I look them in the eye and then I ask them, they would probably do it. Have you ever experienced that, where people just kind of hold up, strip cat? Thank you, Butcher Van, Cats and Pandas. I'm gonna have Cats and Pandas for you next time if I remember. So have you ever experienced that, where if you look somebody in the eye, you'll get a different response than, if you were to just kind of like say something to somebody and they just basically ignore you?
Truthfully, I don't know, because I've never really looked at it like that. So.
And the strip cat kitty's gonna dance again. Thank you, Butcher Man. You guys, my face is red.
He said.
Huh?
He said again.
Come on, strip cat. She's gonna have enough to get the Oculus Rift. Yeah, right. I wish. So yeah, like I think it just takes, just a moment. Oh man. Brian Baker. Okay. This is the No Nation show here. Thank you guys so much. You guys, stop. My face is red and my cheeks hurt from smiling and singing strip cat kitty songs. I appreciate you guys so much.
That kitty's gonna break soon.
Strip cat kitty has to go again. Strip cat kitty's losing a lot of weight tonight. So come on, kitty, shake it. I love that song. All right, so guys, I just need to finish my thought here. Okay, that's all I'm asking. We can just. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Holy shit! Butcher Van. Thank you so much, guys. Oh man. Hold on.
Whoa! There is a spaz, like the poor kitty's done.
Oh my god,
Oh my
guys!
God.
What the fuck?
The poor kitty's done.
I'm gonna go pee on myself. This is outrageous. Guys, please stop. I appreciate you guys so much, but like you're gonna give me anxiety right now. Like oh shit.
What the freak? Alright, did Kitty sing yet? No, now he's gone. Are we gonna let him break?
Yeah. So I was Xbot said I have to wear the Xbot jeans. Hold on, Strip Cat Kitty's dance again. Guys, thank you so much. All right, now I'm putting you guys on timeout.
Yeah, please. So we can walk.
Like now I have to pee, and that's not okay. Like no stinking corpse, no more. No more guys. No more guys. Wow, it's really hot in here. Okay, and it's fucking 12 degrees outside. I love you guys. You're amazing. No mas. All right, so stop Supersonic. Stop playing. All right, so yeah, Chelsea, you take over the show.
I don't even know what we were talking about
We're
anymore.
talking about the cost of kindness.
Dude, apparently $200. Like,
So
back and forth. That poor kitty.
poor kitty is shaking its ass big time. So yeah, it doesn't cost anything to be kind, and I think well, right. So if everybody challenges themselves to at least do something nice for somebody at least once a day, I think that would make a huge, huge difference. Like, what's up, Delilah? Like just even if you talk to somebody, if you see that they're having a bad day, instead of getting an attitude with them, because I've done this before plenty of times, where I'm like, the fuck is their problem in my mind, and I kind of give somebody an attitude back, you know. But if we take that moment to think about what they might be going through, and I'm not gonna lie, Xbot's the one who taught me about that. Stop and think about what other people are going through, and then, you know, maybe you can crack into them and make them smile, and at least give them, you know, because how do you know somebody is not going through like a really bad day and they're ready to hurt somebody or hurt themselves? You don't.
You don't at all. You could stop them from doing that, even if it's just a simple like, "Hi, how are you?" Like, you really don't know what your words could do to somebody.
One day I gave a lady an extra cookie and she was like, "You don't know how much this means to me. I was having the worst day." Honestly, guys, I wouldn't have known she was having the worst day, because she presented herself like she was very calm and stuff, and she was just talking like a normal customer. And then she kind of opened up to me, and then she was talking to me like, I don't want to talk about her story, but it was really like sad, but a happy feeling that I was able to get her to open up. My face is still on fire, you guys. Man, this is just crazy. I can't even look at the chat anymore. Thank you so much, Brian Baker and Butcher Fan. You guys are amazing. So yeah, the cost of kindness, guys. Go out, pay it forward, do stuff like that. Like, it's absolutely amazing. You can make somebody's day entirely different. Anyways, I think we're gonna move on. Oh, speaking of the cost of kindness, you know what I was gonna do yesterday? Remember how I told you about those boots? I did send you a picture of them. Did you look at them?
I did. They're cute as hell.
Supersonic Station, you're instigating now. Let's just put it this way. You're not winning. So yeah, I was going to buy those boots, and then I saw someone sleeping on the ground. And it was freezing out yesterday. So instead, I went and bought him a blanket. And I mean, I couldn't give him somewhere to stay, obviously. You know, like, I guess I could, but I would be in fear of my kids, you know, something like that. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go buy this guy a blanket. And that little gesture alone probably changed his entire day. The only problem is, like, I went to go give him the blanket, but he was sleeping, right? And then I was like, sir. I was like, hello. And he didn't say nothing. So I was like, what do I do? I was like, I'm going to open up the blanket and put it on him. So I did. I put the blanket on this random stranger who was sleeping on the ground. And then he jumped up and he was like, ugh. And I was like, have a good night. And I kind of like scurried away. Like, this is the best way I could explain it. I scurried away and I was like, have a good night. Because he scared me, because I scared him. And I don't know if he was pretending to be sleeping. I don't know. But I didn't have any cash to give him. So I went to the store and I got him a blanket. And I know that there to know that somebody cares, because he left the blanket on, you know, and I felt bad. Like, he was sleeping outside on the ground. But that was at least I can do. You know, so I don't know. I just hope that everybody takes a moment to do something nice for other people. So let's read the chat. Butcher Van said, this is an expensive month. Butcher Van, you're a little crazy. I truly appreciate you guys. I can't even express that. Xbot said I wouldn't throw in $100, but I left my money in my jeans. You had no money in your jeans that you didn't even wear, you liar. Brian Baker said we had to fill her deep pockets. They were really deep. My whole arm went in there. Oh man, you guys are amazing. All right, so we're gonna move on. Next topic, because we've got a lot to talk about. What do you want to talk about now, Chelsey? Take over. I really have to go to the bathroom. What the frick? Butcher Van, cut it out. I appreciate you so much, but I'm gonna yell at you off the air. I'm gonna have a heart attack now. Oh God.
Anyone else have to work on the holidays?
Hold on,
I've never.
Strip Cat Kitty is dancing again.
Now make it rain on 'em.
Okay, Strip Cat Kitty's done. Thank you, Butcher Van. You're on timeout for real for the rest of the week, month, year. All right, Chelsey.
I unfortunately have to work the holidays this year. I'm not excited.
You have to work the holidays?
I do.
Why?
Because we're open.
Where?
Unfortunately.
You don't have to tell people where you work. That really sucks.
Yeah, I've never had to work a holiday before. I'm a little upset about it, to be honest.
Well, how late do you have to work? Let's start there.
Not too late. 3 o'clock, I think. But Alex also has to work.
So you're both working? All right. What do you call it? You're both working at the same place?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get out early, right?
Yeah, I get out at 3. Somewhat early.
Okay.
It just sucks. I'm not excited.
I've worked almost every holiday until I have the job that I currently work at. And I think I've worked like not so much Christmas Day because in retail they usually close that day. But I don't work in retail anymore, and I'm very, very grateful that the company that I do work for currently. Man, guys, I'm still having trouble thinking. So the company that I currently work for, they're closed on Thanksgiving Day and they're closed on Christmas Day. And I think that is so amazing. Like, it was a day for me to relax. 'Cause I spent a few years not celebrating holidays. Now I went back to celebrating holidays. So now it means so much more to me. So I can just be here and hang out with the kids. But I know it does suck because you miss out on time with your family. But you know, you kind of got to blame the people who go shopping on holidays. And
man, don't even get me started. I hear there's a lot of, I'm sorry you have to, be at work today, but let me just come shop, okay? Or you can go ahead and serve my meat, even though I'm going to tell you I'm sorry.
You can go ahead and serve
I don't
my
even give
meat.
a shit. I'm going to be so rude. Come to me and say that. Excuse me, sir, are you here? Like, you're a hypocrite. Get the fuck up with you.
Seriously, like, I don't know how many times I've heard that in my life where you're working on a holiday. Oh, you don't get the day off? What kind of question is that? Are you standing in front of me as a customer asking me that?
I know, really. You have some nerve. And apparently they like to bum rush. Like, we close at, I guess, 5. And apparently they like to bum rush at 5 o'clock. Like, no. And then they get mad. Last year, apparently someone threw a rock at the damn window. Like, are you serious right now? Crazy.
Why? Because the store closed?
Because they wouldn't let them in.
Well, I mean, that sucks, but, I just don't understand why people have to, let me stop right there. I was going to say I don't understand why people have to wait till the last minute for everything, but I am totally a procrastinator. I'm a pro procrastinator, so I get it. But I don't like going shopping on holidays. Like, all the people who go out on Thanksgiving night and they're like, oh, let's go shopping. And then, they're like, oh, that sucks that you have to work. Well, you're here shopping. That's why I have to work.
Exactly. If everyone would just stay home for one day, 2 days, right? They wouldn't want to open. They'd waste more money than...
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
They'd be wasting more money than they'd be making.
Indeed.
Nobody showed up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If people actually did not show up and they kind of fought the power, then they would close,
I mean, I wish everybody could get the day off. Obviously, that's not humanely possible because people are crazy nutcases and accidents happen. But like, it would just be a wonderful day if everyone could be home with their families.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure there are places that do that. I said do. I'm sorry. But I mean, I'm sure that there are places in the world that do pay more attention to the family aspect versus the money aspect. And there are some small businesses that do, but any big business, they don't care. They just want the money at the end of the day. Expats that do. And that's really sad, but like I do love the job that I have because I can get those days off. I actually have a paid holiday for those days, so I'm like, yes, even better. And that's not something I've had in other companies, but all my employees get the day off with their family, you know? Christmas Eve, we're open. Christmas Eve is an amazing day for tips. That is one thing. I know you don't get tips where you work, but I've tried to bring you on to the dark side of cookies, Chelsea, and you just haven't bitten. No pun intended. But yeah, it's a great day for tips and stuff like that for anybody who does work and get tips for Christmas Eve and even Christmas Day. But you know, there's a line that has to be drawn, but unfortunately the companies are really concerned with their money. And you know, if let's say Stop and Shop closed and somebody burned their turkey, how are they going to get a new turkey, Chelsea?
I don't know. That's their fault. Don't burn your turkey.
Don't burn your fucking turkey, guys. Because if you don't go to Chelsea's job, then she can have the day off. Do you get paid holiday pay, like extra?
Actually, I think I'm only getting paid $1 more. I'm not sure though.
I hope you get paid like more than $1 more. That's just nonsense. So how about you guys in the chat? Do you guys have to work on holidays or do you get the holidays off? Just curious. All right, so I don't have to work on holidays, and I'm sorry for those of you who do. Chelsea has to work on a holiday, and I will be calling her to say, hi, Chelsea, I'm sorry you're at work. Maybe I'll even go visit you.
Oh, my God.
Never mind, I'm just kidding. I was like, I'll buy something. But that would just be...
I was definitely... Oh, well, I'll just tell you about that later. Never mind. I was going to talk about that turkey that I saw. It was friggin' 26 pounds.
Oh, turkeys are on sale at Stop and Shop, you guys.
Yes, go to Stop and Shop. They're like 38 cents a pound. Okay. I paid $7.84 for 20-pound turkey.
Nice. That's awesome. All right. So, Chelsea, I want to talk about people's driving. All right. So, guys, here's my huge issue. I drive every day to work and I drive every day home, and I'm so sick and tired of driving in traffic, driving with psychos, driving in... All right. Man, this is like one thing that pisses me off. Like, I just want to make videos while I'm driving about people's driving. Like, how much, like, if you don't use a blinker to turn.
Oh my God.
Or if you don't.
Oh.
Like, I just hate when people pull over, turn, or anything without using a blinker. Change lanes. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're driving up my ass, not okay with it. Not okay with it at all. Somebody was driving up my ass yesterday. They kept getting so close to my car, and I'm like, this person's going to hit me. This person's going to hit me. Mind you, I've already been rear-ended twice. Once on the highway, and then once going to DMV. I was rear-ended twice, and then I got into another accident where the person hit me on the side of the car. And none of these accidents were my fault. But, like, now I get so nervous and I tense up anytime somebody drives too close to my car. And, yeah, that's normal, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I try to be a defensive driver now, but sometimes people drive like idiots. Like, all right, the person who speeds up to cut you off, but you don't let them cut you off, and then they end up getting around you anyway, only to end up at the same stoplight that you are at, 5 minutes later. Like, I think that's karma.
Or not
like,
even 5 minutes later.
You're stupid.
20 feet away.
Yeah, it's like you guys ended up at the same stoplight. So what was the point of all that nonsense you were doing just now? So you could end up at the same freaking stoplight.
Everyone's in such a rush. Like, why do, if you guys, well, not you guys in particular, but if people would just leave like 5 minutes early, I know it's such a big deal, but you wouldn't have to rush everywhere, and you wouldn't have to be that asshole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
keep going.
I hate people's driving. I'm a new driver and I just want to like smack everybody. I seriously say, did you not take your driver's test? Or you should go retake your driver's test, or maybe that drug and alcohol class at least 15 times a day.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I shouldn't have gotten my license. I went over the yellow line, drove with the door open, but they gave me a license anyway, guys.
What the frig?
Don't worry about it. It's all part of the experience. But
that makes me wonder, like, how many other crazy things have people done and gotten away with? That's why there's so many crazy drivers.
Every single day, I see a car accident or 2 or 3.
Or 8.
I have not counted 8 yet, but it's possible. But there's always car accidents right in front of our house, because we live off the main highway road. And there's always car accidents right outside. And it's really scary because that's why I don't let my kids go outside and play, because people drive like maniacs. And then driving in the city is even worse because the traffic and people just... Have you ever driven Waterbury? It's like...
No, I have not.
The
I had
worst
a
place.
panic attack driving through New Haven, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's like the worst place to drive. It's worse than New Haven, but everybody's like... They just stop in the middle of the road, you guys. I don't know if you guys experience this where you're at, but they will just stop right in the middle of the road, throw their hazards on, and then do whatever they're doing, just double park. But yet, I'm the one who gets parking tickets all the time, and I don't think it's okay.
I have luckily never had any sort of ticket, knock on wood.
I don't know. That really grinds my gears, but was that the ghost knocking?
No, that was me.
Okay, sorry. I had a moment. I'm like, she said they knock. They knock 3 times. It's about to go down while we're live. So, yeah, it's just really frustrating the way people drive. Like, people lack common sense, and I don't know how many times I see people, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've used my phone plenty of times while I was driving, but I typically don't touch my phone unless like I'm at a stoplight. I try not to anyway. And like I'll put music on or something, but I really don't text and drive anymore. Like very rarely. Yeah, I used to all the time.
Luckily I have my stupid intercom thing now. I mean, it's not stupid, it's great. I love it. You know, especially when I want to talk on the phone and drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I can respond to text messages through my dashboard, but it's my only response is, I'm sorry, I'm driving right now, I can't talk.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it will actually automatically text people if they call or text me too. I can set it up that way, which is cool too. I like that.
That is pretty awesome. I don't know how to use any of the things in my car for that, but I have the options.
I hate seeing people on their phone. I lay on my horn.
So I had a delivery driver, one of my drivers, the other day. He freaked out because some lady almost T-boned him. He had a green light. She almost T-boned him, and she went right through her red light, and he saw her on her phone. And then he followed her until she pulled over. And he was like, "Are you fucking crazy? You almost killed me. You almost died." And he was like, "You were staring at your phone." She was like, "No, I wasn't." He was like, "I saw you with your phone in your hand." She was like, "I was making a phone call," or whatever the situation, but I wasn't staring at my phone. All right, so you almost T-boned somebody going through a red light, and you weren't staring at your phone. And then the only thing she had to say about it was, "I'm really sorry." You know, and he's like freaking out, and he's just like, "What do you mean you're sorry?" I'm like, "Well, what else did you want her to say? Like, she's sorry, but yeah, maybe next time she's not going to do that, you know, hopefully. Hopefully that's the case. Why is this making you hungry? Is it because I said T-bone? Oh my
I had
gosh.
absolute road rage, like, especially in the passenger seat. I don't know. It's a whole different type of road rage, I swear.
You have road rage when you're in the passenger seat? Do tell.
Even when I'm in the driver's seat, but I don't remember what the hell happened, but I just remember my mom and me were on the highway, like, and someone did something, and I was seriously trying to get them to pull over because I was mad.
I was gonna, ooh.
Beat them up, but I would have threatened to beat them up 100 times and been like, "Yeah, bitch, what, bitch, what?" And yeah, but I probably would have not.
Chelsea, the next time you have a moment like that, you have to remember the cost of kindness. It's free. Free 99,
You
Chelsea.
don't understand. Me and my mom, like, we're not a good combo, man.
Yeah, I know. Your mom is an instigator.
Yeah, no. Well, if someone says something to her, I'm not gonna sit there and let someone. The only people allowed to talk shit on my mama is me and my sister. That is it. Let someone else do it. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, Supersonic, I don't recommend making Chelsea mad. She's like the short girl who will just tear you down in moments with her eyes. So it's really cute. I'm sorry, Chelsea. It's just adorable. But yeah, people are pretty crazy, but I'm not gonna lie. I've had my time and my moments where I've been a terrible, shitty driver, but at least now, every time Xbox gets in the car with me, every time he gets in the car, he holds the oh shit handle. So I've learned to drive like a normal human being. And that is the end of the story. I'm not perfect though. I have my days. But yeah, he really does, you guys. He frustrates me. I'm like, stop grabbing the oh shit handle. I haven't even taken the car out of park yet. So,
my mom puts her foot on the dashboard too, like freaks out.
What happened? She puts her hand on the dashboard so she doesn't like hit it.
Yeah, my mom panics when I drive.
I would panic when you drive
with her.
I probably wouldn't. We probably got our licenses from the same Cracker Jack place. So I don't know. I know I got mine from Hamden. All right. So yeah. All right. Chelsea, we're going to move on to, oh no. We're going to move on to our last topic in a moment. But this goes in conjunction with people shitty driving is the people shitty walking. I don't know if you guys have people like walk in front of your car while you're driving down the road and you have a green light. I know that in Connecticut, it's like a pedestrian state, blah, blah, blah. But people seem to think like they could walk out in front of a car and get paid anytime they want. And that's not the case at all. You cannot walk out in front of a car and then get paid anytime you want. I have people do that to me all day.
With that, I thought they were making like a law or something where if you're in your phone, maybe they just said something over the internet, like, but I'm pretty sure they were making a law where if you were walking across the street with your phone in your hand, like you were gonna get a ticket or something.
I have no idea about that. But I do know that people walk across the road all the time in New Haven while they're staring at their phone, and I'm just like, are you serious right now? Like when Xbot said is social media ruining the world or whatever, yeah, it is, because people are too busy in their social media that they can't even walk across the street when they're supposed to. Like, it's a huge pet peeve of mine when people cross where there is not a crosswalk. Okay, I do it too though, but I'm safe about it. I don't just walk in front of cars. Like, it's a real big pet peeve when people walk in the middle of the road. Like, they'll be walking across the main road in the middle of the road, no crosswalk, and they see the cars coming. They just step in front of them because they expect us to stop. What happens if we don't stop? What happens if someone's staring at their phone and then they kill you because you're staring at your phone and everybody's wrong? It's just like, stop doing it because it's not safe.
That's literally what crosswalks are for, so people can cross the street.
Exactly. And if you're crossing not a crosswalk, I'm pretty sure it's jaywalking. You should be arrested and then get fined for walking and looking at your damn phone. But yeah, people do that all the time and it's very dangerous. And here's another funny story, okay? Not really funny, actually. It's a pretty shitty story. So I had a delivery driver. I had a cough again. I'm sorry. I had a delivery driver and she was out on rainy night doing deliveries and a guy rode his bike in front of her. She was at a green light. I mean, her light turned green. She went. He had a red light. You're supposed to follow traffic laws for bicycles too. He had a red light and he just took off in front of her. She hit him. All right. With her car, she hit his bike and he was on the roof of her car or whatever, the front. She calls me freaking out, crying. And she's like, Mel, what do I do? I'm going to jail. I just hit a guy on a bike, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, just stay calm. I'll be down there in a minute. So I went down there and this poor girl's crying and she thinks she's going to jail because she hit this guy. She didn't kill him. He was perfectly fine. You know what he did? He sparked up a blunt. Okay? And he sat there smoking a blunt while he was waiting for the cops. Okay, and
No, Haven.
thinking he's getting paid. But the cop gave him a fine because he was not supposed to go at a red light. Because they're supposed to follow the traffic laws. And it's just like common sense that nobody has anymore because they're so busy looking at their phones or thinking that they're going to get something. You know, like, all right, this person has a car topper on for a delivery. So you think you're going to get paid? No, it's her own insurance. And you were the idiot who just ran in front of her car. Like, it's so crazy. Here's another story. I had another driver who was driving and he ended up hitting somebody. The girl walked out of the bar, walked right into the street because she was drunk as hell, you know? And these I say kids, but you know, they're younger than me, so to me they're like my kids, you know. I have to say I love my crew that I have. But this poor kid thought he was going to jail because this woman walked in front of his car. She was drunk and he was following the law, doing what he's supposed to do and driving. But she just walked out in front of him and then he hits her. But yet these young people, you know, who are just trying to work and do their job end up having a freaking heart attack. If not worse, they're like scarred for life now because they hit somebody with their vehicle that wasn't paying any attention. So that's really not okay. Like, it's something I'm really frustrated about.
Not the driver's fault.
It's
not. Pay
not.
attention.
Sometimes it is. You know, it really is. Like, I think everybody could just take a little more time to pay more attention to what they're doing. But, you know, when it comes to somebody walking in front of somebody's car, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that person could have killed you, went to jail for the rest of their life because you chose to just walk out in front of the car. Like, not even thinking. Like, that's, like, my biggest fear is hitting somebody, because I have people all the time in New Haven walk out in front of my car. If I hit somebody with my car and I accidentally kill them, do you know what's going to happen to me? Like, that's going to tear me up inside. Like, I wouldn't be able to live with myself like that. No way.
Right next, like, on my way to my job, you literally have to walk in, like, 30 feet before crossing, like, the entranceway. Because people come around that corner, all sorts of crazy. And at least 3 people in the last year have been hit there. Like, it was horrible. Some dude in a wheelchair got ran over right next door. He's alive, but...
Well, I'm glad he's alive.
Nuts.
Some crazy shit.
Crazy.
It's so frustrating. Dahlia said, sad story. My sister died when she was hit by a car at 16. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And it's just, it's something that happens way too often, especially these days, more so now than they did, let's say, 10 years ago. Like, every Saturday night, I'm driving home, whether it's 2 or 3 in the morning, somebody got hit on one of the main roads, and there is always a group of people there, and they have all the candles set up on the side of the road, and they go visit this person all the time. And it's so heartbreaking to see that, you know. And like, I had another employee, you know, who no longer is with the company. You know, none of the people I've had a story about are with the company. But, you know, something happened with his son's mother where she got hit by a car. And, you know, unfortunately, she didn't make it, you know, and it's really sad. And it's like, for me, like, I don't even know how to respond to these people because, like, my heart breaks for them. You know, it really does. Like, it hurts to see somebody in so much pain. You know, and that's all because somebody just hit and run because they weren't paying attention. You don't want to go to jail, but you just took somebody's life. It's really sad. It's really sad, you know, and it happens way too much. You guys might hear a little clicking. That's my broken heater. It's like knock knock. So yeah, real quick in the chat, Butcher Van said the people that pissed me off when people cross the road 50 feet from the crosswalk, they couldn't walk the extra 50 feet. No, apparently not. You know, and unfortunately that extra 50 feet could save somebody's life, you know. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen an accident because somebody was trying to avoid hitting somebody and then they ended up getting into an accident and hurting themselves badly or someone else, you know. So it's really, like, depressing. It really is. She'd be 32 now. It sucks and it hurt our family bad. I'm so sorry, Delilah. Like, I can't even imagine losing a sibling at such a young age or in general. Like, it just breaks my heart thinking about it. Did a mod just get modded? What does that mean? No, it was a message retracted. I didn't do it. So, she's an older woman. JT Gamer says, "Oh snap! I can't help not walking on the." I read your comment earlier. I didn't address it because I was speaking. Yeah, I understand it. Like, if there's some places where there is no crosswalk, like in front of my house. We live on a main road, and to walk across the street, there's no crosswalk. You just gotta be really careful. But you know, I mean, there's gonna be times where there's no crosswalk. It's just really dangerous when there's spots where you absolutely need one, especially if there's retail around or a comic shop. There should be a crosswalk. That's not okay.
Anywhere where there's a like where you need to cross a road, maybe every corner or every other corner, depending on where you are, your surroundings.
Yeah,
I used to
absolutely.
take the bus to DeBella's, and there is no crosswalk over there, and I was not trying to go all the way to New Haven and come back to go to DeBella's. So I had to cross that busy ass road.
Yeah, I won't. I won't walk across a busy ass road. I won't even put my car in the path of a busy ass road. I'd rather take a right, and then if I need to go somewhere, I'd rather take a right, go up the street, and come all the way back down than put my like life in jeopardy. Especially, forget about it. If I have my kids in the car, no way. I will take the longest route that I have to, just to make sure like I'm safe and everybody in my car is safe. You know. Brian Baker says, you know where there are no crosswalks? Red Dead Redemption. I'm sick and tired of getting the law called on me for hitting people in town. Brian Baker, you're such an ass. But you know what? That's a really good point. Um, we're going to, before we hit our last topic, because we're going to be wrapping up the show soon, we do have a question. So I hope you're ready, Chels. Butcher Van asked right before the show, gave us zero time to think about it. Where are our three... Our blah 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 blah. So where are our top 3 places we want to vacation or visit on our bucket list? So Chelsea, you go with your first one. We're gonna go back and forth with this.
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora?
Yes.
You know what? I think
Open
we're gonna
water.
take a trip there together. And you know who's gonna fund it? Butcher Van and Delirium Blades are gonna fund our trip there apparently. Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good indeed. So Chelsea's going to Bora
I
Bora.
do, but I'm not gonna say Disney because that's an obvious one. But I do want to go there very badly.
I still haven't talked Xbot into moving to Florida, so that's not even on my list right now. I have to say probably one of my top places I really, 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 really want to go, guys, is it's called Monkey Beach. It's in Phi Phi Island in Thailand. So you guys should totally look it up. There's monkeys everywhere. I freaking love monkeys. That's just like, oh man, it's so cool. Like you'll just have monkeys crawling all over you. And I'm just like, oh, I just want a monkey so bad, but I can't have a monkey. So I want to go to Monkey Beach. That's my like #1 place.
Monkeys are cute.
They're fucking amazing. Phi Phi, yes, Phi Phi in Thailand. All right. So Chelsea, your second place.
Ireland.
Ireland. Ooh, I want to go there too. We're gonna go there. You know what? We're just gonna travel the world together because this is gonna be amazing.
Because I really just want to travel the world. I want to be everywhere and anywhere where the sun rises and it sets.
Cyber Gunter says, "I want to leave California." Really? Why? I want to go to one specific place in California. I want to live there in Cupertino, but it's really expensive. But the weather is always gorgeous there, according to my phone. And you want to go to Italy? That is so nice.
I'd love to go to Italy.
I know. I want to live there too. I just want to go everywhere.
Me too.
I watched Under the Tuscan Sun a long, long time ago, and I was like, I want to move to Italy. So yeah. Oh yeah, I have to. Man, those forest fires are so serious. It's such a sad thing. It really is. Like it's scary. Like I can't imagine having like that happening around me. Supersonic Station wants to live with Lady Gaga. Don't worry, Supersonic. I was say Lady Gaga. Don't worry, Supersonic. You can talk with her about it when we do the charity stream, and then you're gonna tell her to donate to the charity stream. I have some really exciting news about that, but I can't really give you guys details yet. So you said Ireland for your second place. My second place is Jerusalem. I actually want to live there someday. So that's been somewhere I've wanted to go for such a long time. I just want to go there and experience the culture and eat their food because I love food and I want to try all the different food. And I just want to see like what everything's like and where like, all the religious things are. And it's just like something that is really intriguing to me. And that's definitely one of my top goals, to get to Jerusalem. Even if I don't get to live there, I just want to be there for a few weeks and live their life and walk in their shoes type of thing. So third place, Charles.
I just want to say this was really, 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 really hard for me because obviously, like I said, I'm trying to avoid saying going to Disney. That is like my top thing in the whole world, and I want to visit everything. But I am trying to go to this place for my own graduation gift to myself. I want to visit the Grand Canyon
Ooh,
specifically. I do.
I'm going there
I
with you too.
so badly. Let's do it, please. I was thinking about bringing Alex, but then I was like, no offense, Alex. I really just want to go like by myself.
No
I know that
offense,
sounds
Alex.
crazy, but Mel, let's do it. Let's go to the Grand Canyon.
All right, so Chelsea, me and you are just gonna travel the world together, and we're gonna leave the men home. Sound good?
Yes, please. I would love to travel the world.
Jago joined the chat. He said, "What the f these mofo's rich donating to this podcast?" Yeah. Apparently, they decided they were gonna go back and forth and one up each other. That sounds so bad. I'm sorry. So they were one upping each other, and then Supersonic Station was instigating, and then I almost threw up, and my face got hot, and it was a madness. It's madness.
The kitty was almost broken.
Yeah, the
And
kitty
he lost like 10 pounds tonight, though, so more power to it.
Strip Cat Kitty is out of service for the rest of the week. And I appreciate you guys so much. Bye, JT Gamer. Have a good night. All right, so my third place, I want to go to Iceland, okay? Because Brian Baker, I said no more. Oh my goodness, stop it. He said, but I lost the battle. No, you didn't. You guys, stop. I love you guys so much. Stop it. I gotta go cry now. So I'm going to Iceland with $100 right there.
I'm looking like
Cat Kitty singing.
now make it rain on 'em.
Oh man, you guys are freaking crazy. Thank you so much. Please stop. Please, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I can't tell you how much, but stop. Save it for something better. All right, so Iceland. I want to go to Iceland. Brian Baker says, okay, so fuck you, Van, and I'm done. You guys, you're hilarious. So, Iceland is really not icy. It's supposed to be green and lush and beautiful, and that's why I want to go there, because I hate cold, and I always thought as I was growing up, like Iceland was cold and Greenland was warm, and it's actually the opposite. So I was just like, that's one of my places I need to go. Butcher Van says, Mel, now you need to tell Xbot to step it up. You know what? I will. Don't worry. I remind him every day that he needs to ride a tricycle for you. He said he won't fit. A little red tricycle. Truce is good. Truce is good. Please, guys. I appreciate it so much. I really do. But my face is red and I can't handle this. Where were you guys when she was gonna shave her head for $1,000? It wasn't $1,000 Supersonic Station. It was not. It was like 5,000 or 10,000 or something. So yeah. Anyways, so Chelsea, let's move on to the last topic. Enough is enough. And that's the title of the show, because I think this is really an interesting topic. When is enough enough? And I don't remember the rest of your words that you used because I can't think right now. So take it over.
When should you stop taking someone back?
So, in a relationship, when should you stop taking someone back? I mean, that's a tough one, but I mean, I guess we have to hear a scenario, in the situation around it.
Well, I won't necessarily give any names, but someone very close to me is dating this guy that is no good for her, like, at all. He just recently broke up with her, and was really rude to her, and then all of a sudden decided that things are going to change. He's going to start taking her places and being quote unquote better to her. But it's not going to last. I already know because this has happened like 5 times.
I'm gonna say,
So
how do you know? People can change.
5 times later.
All right. That's a tough one. But I mean, I guess it depends on the situation. Like, is the relationship, how bad is it? Is it abusive, or is it just like, like physically or verbally, or are they just not getting along? Like, do they just butt heads about everything?
Everything. It's been physical, very mean name calling, mental, everything. Like it's just not healthy.
It's not healthy.
No.
So, see what happens though, Chelsea, is, you have to go through the cycles. Like, obviously, if this person and their significant other that they're back with, they're obviously together for a reason. But, when the person's ready to actually step away, they will. It's hard because, we go through a cycle because we're so used to somebody, because that's a comfort zone. And then you get tired of the bullshit, and then you walk away, but then you start getting lonely, and then you miss them, and then it's kind of like I guess it's an easy comfort zone, So, I mean, I talked about it a little bit on, the last episode, but it's really hard because it is a comfort zone, and there's a cycle, and you have to break the cycle, but you can't do it until you're ready. Like, I got fed up one day and I said, screw this, I'm done. And I wanted to change my life. And it was hard. It wasn't easy by any means. It was the hardest decision I ever had to make. But I wanted better. I deserved better. I know I deserve better. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully this person figures out that she deserves better soon.
It's not Chelsea who has the issue, Jago. It's definitely not her. She's
no, sir, me not. My boyfriend's crazy, but
she beats him up. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm
Foot and mouth.
I'm not.
Foot and mouth. But yeah, it's just like someone has to break the cycle, but they have to want to break a cycle. And it's when that person's ready, Chelsea. That's when enough is enough. They're gonna have a feeling Mel's buying new pants after this. Oh my God, I can get boots and I can get pants. Yes, you guys just made my day. Mind blown right now. Unholy Mac is following you. That's such a cool name. Oh man, like I just got so excited. I'm going shopping. Supersonic Station said rift. Oh, choices. But yeah, stop distracting me. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it really depends on the situation and how bad it is, and then those people have to be really ready to make the change, because I can't tell you how many times like I've gotten mad at Xbot. Don't tell him I said this, right? And I'm like, that's it, I'm done, but it's just like stuff you say when you're mad, but then you guys get back together. Well, we get, we've actually only broken up I think once, and actually had a break for like a month, right? But he said he would change the issues that I had, and he did. And I mean, for the most part, people kind of fall back into old habits, but I have to say, like, he actually makes a conscious decision to not do the things that, let's say, I didn't like before, and that's appreciated, and I can't complain because he's never like beat my ass, and like, I don't know, we get into arguments like normal couples do, but we don't get overly crazy. So, I mean, it's a good thing, but if it was ever bad where I have to say, like, what, enough is enough, then I will. And I can do that now because I've been through the worst.
I mean, I think all relationships, like you said, have bad days. Like, you obviously argue. But if you're spending more days crying and upset than you are, being happy and comfortable in your relationship, then there's clearly an issue, and you should definitely try to get away from it. Like, it's not okay to always feel down about yourself.
No, but see, unfortunately, the thing is people have a problem with being alone. Nobody wants to be alone. Nobody wants to be with their self and their own thoughts and feel like nobody really knows these days. Like, okay, maybe people do, but they don't really know what it's like to just love yourself and be comfortable with being alone, you know? And if you can be comfortable with being alone and just enjoying life while you're alone, then I would say at that point you can make the step to move on to a relationship if you've had a lot of issues. You know, like you have to be comfortable with being alone to be with somebody and be happy. That's the way I think about it. I mean,
True, you do have to be comfortable with yourself.
Mel has Oprah money now. Shopping spree. Yes. You get 100. You get 100. We all get 100. Don't take my word for that. I just want to say that out loud. I don't want anybody to hold that against me. What's up, 100 Intermediate Gaming? I like being alone. My boyfriends don't like it when I drink. Wow. You're being nonsense. I think that's a fake account there. I'm not really sure. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a really tough decision that person has to make, but it has to be their decision. And let's say your opinion cannot be the opinion to kind of force their decision, if you know what I mean. Like, let's say,
Yeah, no, they definitely have to figure it out on their own. I know.
like my sister was going through some shit, but I can only offer advice. But I tried to kind of stay neutral because I don't want any hard feelings if, like, let's say shit didn't get better or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, because then
Yeah.
you kind of automatically in your mind grow this stigma about this person, you know? So you can only be there, be supportive, and then when that person's ready to make a change, they will. And they do blame you. That's the thing. Cybergunter says, I'm alone right now. It sucks. I need to find myself first. Absolutely. To make sure I treat her good in my next girl. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the thing is people are quick to blame you. They'll be like, oh, well, you said I should do this. Well, I simply suggested that it was not okay. You know, and let people know, like, the way somebody's treating him is not okay. You know, but sometimes people can't be alone. So sometimes it'll take somebody, let's say somebody new in their life, because they can't be alone, in order for them to see that it's okay to be treated good. You know what I mean, Chelsea?
Yeah. You make it some bleh. You make some good points.
All right. So Butcher Van said, my wife blames me all the time. That's women's jobs. Brian Baker says, I just assume it's my fault.
That's good. You should.
You fart under the covers? That's not okay. Not okay at all. Dutch ovens are not the best at all. Jago says, I love Mel, one of my favorite podcasts. Oh, thank you. I've been blushing way too much tonight. I cannot handle it anymore. Because she comes across as a real person anybody could get along with. Jago, I am. At least I try to be. Greatest of all time says, I'm in Connecticut too, and I think you should give me a try, Mel. I know you're tired of the other dude playing housewife. Wow. I'm not tired of my housewife. I like it. So you get a timeout. But thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys. It's been a crazy show. And we're going to wrap it up. And then I'm going to try to get a little bit of PUBG in while there's some noobs on. So if you guys want to join, hit me up. It's going to be so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will join too.
Some noobs, we can wreck them, you know, because Game Pass, you know, they got it free. So thank you, Butcher Van and Brian Baker. You guys are absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say. Like, I thank you. Like, that's all I know how to say right now. I can't believe how fucking crazy you guys are. It's just crazy. It's crazy. That's it, right, Chelsea? Crazy.
To say the least.
All right, Chelsea, you want to let people know where they can find you?
Well, for now you can find me on Twitter. I don't know if Mel put it up there yet. Doesn't look like it. At Chelsey EV. It's SEY, not SEA. Just putting that out there.
It's in the description, darling. First of all, you want to sass
well,
me?
It's in the description down below.
There you go. Paste. Now you guys make sure you follow Chelsea. She's absolutely amazing. Eventually, she's going to start streaming games. It's going to be awesome. And then obviously you guys can find me on Twitter at Girls Can Game 22 right here on YouTube and on Mixer. Oh snap, it's Mel. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Brian Baker, Butcher Van, I'm gonna kick your guys' asses. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And everybody else, thank you so much for joining us. You guys are amazing. Have a great night and a great week. And we'll see you next time.
Poof.